What's going on, guys? We are heading now to Tennessee for Christmas. Spend some time with my god girls. Have a great time down there. I really can't wait to see them. It's going to be a good, relaxing time to just get away for about a week or so. Then come back in January for some great tournament action coming out at the Beau Rivage, the $1 Million Heater. Let's go on this trip, though. See ya. What's going on, guys? It's been a long drive. I'm about an hour and a half out of getting there. It's just really been, I got my, phone, everything propped up, watching some Netflix, to be honest. You guys ever watched Bodyguard, the series? I kind of like it. I mean, I didn't expect me to actually like something like that, but I do like the series. I downloaded it and watched it. But anyways, yeah, so we're almost there. We got about an hour and a half left, so I'm feeling pretty excited. I'm gonna try to beat the girls, getting off the bus. The girls get off the bus about 3:30, so I want to try to get there before they get off the bus. So let's see if I can make it. See you. I wanted to break down a few of the hands that happened in the main event a few days ago. The first hand being blinds are at 300, 600. We had a 25 ante. No, we had a 50 ante, sorry. 300, 600 with a 50 ante. I wish they did big blind ante, but they didn't. But anyways, it's the final hand before the break. It folds around to me. I'm in the cutoff with pocket jacks. I raise up to 1500 on the cutoff. The big blind re-raises to 2200. I look at the pocket jacks and I'm like, this player hadn't played much at all, so I kind of figured where my range was. I figured he had me. Aces for sure, maybe kings, but he just hadn't been re-raising anything. He wasn't even re-raising ace king, so it was one of those things where I just knew where my range was. I flatted the jacks. The flop came jack 10 7. He fires out 6,000 on the flop. I I raise his 6,000 bet to 15,000. He snap calls, and this only leaves about, we only started the tournament with 30K, and this was the first break. So this only leaves about, I think I had about 20 behind myself. He had less than that. So that 15K bet was about, it left him less than that behind. The turn was brutal for me. The turn was an 8, which makes a 9 for a 4-card straight. I figured the check back would look scarier than the ship because he checked to me and I just shipped it all in. Hopefully he'll call me with the aces thinking that I'm using that card as a scare card. But he folded. He said, well, I know you're going to use that card either way. And I'm like, yeah, I bluffed you. No, I had top set. So that's the way that hand played out. I'm gonna be going over 2 more hands throughout this vlog. I just wanted you guys to see that one because it was a pretty epic hand, and it propelled me to have more chips and also gave me an interesting image with the guy, the hand before break, because nobody wants to lose the hand before break. Nobody. See you guys. What's going on, guys? It's the next day. We're gonna go ahead and play some bowling and some what does it got in there, like arcade games and stuff. So in other words, I'll be beating them down in some bowling and some arcade games.
Whatever.
Like always. So yeah, guys. So I hope you guys having a safe holiday season here, and you know, Merry Christmas to every one of you guys. Well, some fluke just happened, guys. I just want to let you guys know I just lost in bowling to these girls. You know,
Oh, you won against me.
Yeah, I did win against you. Thanks. I did win against you, but
You lost against me.
yeah, I sure did. Jasmine beat me down, but every other game in there, they can attest. I beat them down. There was this like musical game that it was just, I was like Rain Man on. And then there was everything else, basketball, and oh, you won. What'd you win? Skee ball. Yeah, you had like 25,000 that time. I didn't get that. So yeah, it was a fun time. We had a great time in the Family Fun Center. Now I think we're gonna grab some ice cream. Guys, the next hand I want to go over is going to be a hand that started when the blinds were pretty much up there. We're at 5,000, 10,000 blinds with 1,000 chip ante. I'm on the button. I raised up 25K. The hand that I have is none other than Ace King. The big blind was the only one defended. The flop comes King, King, Deuce. He checked to me, so I got top trips with top kicker. Well, trips with top kicker. I mean, obviously, I fire out down bet to 15K. He just open chips about 140K. Now, a lot of things went through my mind when he opened chip for the 140. I mean, I pretty much snapped him off, obviously, with Ace King there, but a lot of things went through my mind. He can do this with King Queen. He can do this with King Jack. He can also do this with a hand like Pocket Sevens. I mean, you know, saying, hey, if you got the king, you got the king, but if you don't, you have to fold. So I snap him off with the Ace King, and to my demise, he rolls over Pocket Deuces for the bottom boat. So he flopped. The flop was King, King, Deuce. He had pocket 2 deuces. And turn was a brick. River was a brick. That was brutal. I started the hand with about 398K and was down a little less than 200K after that hand. So it was a devastating hit to my stack at the time, which set up the last hand that I kind of, talked about a little bit. The very last hand, I'm in the big blind. I have pocket sevens. It folds all the way around to me in the big blind. The small blind looks at my stack, look at his stack, looks at my stack, and then he shoves all in. With pocket sevens facing just one player, it's very good most of the time. I snap him off. He said he curses a little bit. He says, And then he flips over the ace-3, and I happily flip over my 7s then. Ace of spade on the flop. Brick, brick, turn and river. I'm out in 29th place. What's going on, guys? We are going into ice right now. The girls are going to enjoy this. I think they got the Grinch this year. Last year we came, it was Rudolph. So this should be a pretty interesting time. Alright guys, this is the end.
Oh god.
Did you just flip it off?
Oh, I like that.
We're gonna end on that note, guys.